Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Shenanigans with Friends. This is episode 151. Hope that you guys had a great week. Welcome to all the new listeners. I see you. And hey y'all to the old niggas, you feel me? All right, so this is episode 151. If you're ready, I'm ready. So let's you know how we do. All right, so let's start. Snoop Dogg announces a new breakfast cereal. Well, technically, um, Master P, the nigga of nigga brands, like he actually tweeted it. Basically, it's called Snoop Loopz, right? And it looked to me, okay, I'm gonna be real. It looked like Fruit Loops and like the marshmallows from Lucky Charms in one cereal. And if I'm not mistaken, during COVID, there was a lot of like experimental cereals. And I definitely feel like it was like Fruit Loops with marshmallows was a thing during COVID. And I could be wrong. Y'all gonna tell me that it's the fucking what's that shit called? The Mandela effect or the Mandela effect or whatever. I know y'all gonna try to tell me that and that shit never existed. But during COVID, like I said, there were a lot of different cereal variations. Just I don't know if they were trying to get rid of ingredients. I don't know if they were like, bored and just like, let me throw some marshmallows in here. But I feel like this cereal already existed back in a simpler time. Like, not a simpler time, but another time. But anyway, so when when Master P tweeted about the cereal, the tweet says, I'm laughing because, like, okay, more corn, more flavor, and more marshmallows. That's what separated us from the rest. If you like Fruit Loops, then you will love Snoop Loops. That's what he said. Okay, but like, is one of the things that niggas are complaining about when it comes to like cereal is like that it's not enough corn in it? Like, I feel very confident that every corn-based cereal that I've eaten has had enough fucking corn in it. It definitely don't need no more corn. More corn? Like, I don't know. Anyway. So more marshmallows, more flavor, but like the word more is indicating that like we've tasted this before. But I think we have, and I think that they're Fruit Loops. And that's what the comparison is to, right? That makes sense. My allergies have been like really fucking with me, and my eyes are so fucking itchy. I'm definitely about to be on camera right now taking an allergy fucking pill because what is life right now? Like my eyes have been so itchy, y'all. Like, okay, 1 second. Okay, like so itchy. I can't even describe. Okay, anyway. So it's gonna be released through Snoop Dogg's food brand called Brodus Foods. If you guys know Snoop, you know that's his last name. And apparently they already have like oatmeal and pancake mix through Mama Snoop's line. Didn't know? Did y'all know that? Like, who is? Somebody make me a Snoop pancake. Like, who's buying these and where can I buy them and why haven't I had any of these yet? They don't know when it's gonna be released yet, but Master P is like definitely like basically saying that this shit is about to like change the cereal game. So like life as you know it, cereal, count your fucking days because Snoop Loops is coming to a store near you, maybe. Like, never mind. It. Rap Snacks only really got one good one. It's the Lil Boosie one. It's the most problematic rapper has the best Rap Snacks. Like, make that make sense. Oh my god, I feel fucking bad every time I fucking grab them. I feel worse about grabbing a Lil Boosie Rap Snack than I do about singing "Wipe Me Down." Like, I like. As a person, I literally hate that nigga. But like, he literally got the best rap snack, and I love the Migos, and I almost threw up. Like, that's just disgusting. I fucking Cardi B, disgusting. Like Lil Boosie. Now I want some of those. Anyway, so don't nobody try to like cut that fucking audio to like make it sound like I love this nigga or some shit. But anyway. Let's move on. Speaking of things for kids, Capri Suns, guys, have been recalled after being contaminated with a cleaning solution. Like, what? So, about 5,700 cases of Capri Suns have been recalled. And just to kind of give you an idea of how many that is, I think that they're guessing. Hold on, let me get to it. Okay, so each case has 4 cartons, and then each carton has 10 pouches. So that's about 230,000 Capri Sun pouches. Now, if you hate wild cherry, you're in luck because it only looks like, as of right now, to have affected wild cherry, that flavor. So apparently, Heinz is staying, and that's Kraft Heinz is the company that owns Capri Sun, if y'all were unaware. But they said in a statement that a cleaning solution was used to treat food processing equipment, and it was inadvertently introduced into a production line at one of the factories. So basically, the thing that the niggas aren't even supposed to bring out while food is out got dumped into the Capri Suns. And they only knew this because people were calling in like, what the fuck am I tasting? So like, be clear that like a fucking Capri Sun could have taken you out. Apparently, like they can't, I don't think they're all out, but if you guys happen to have any, because I know school started and I know we go to Costco and buy in bulk and shit. If you happen to have a Capri Sun wild cherry, just make sure to check the best when used by date. I think the date that they're looking for specifically that this happened was on June 25th, or excuse me, it's June 25th, 2023. So that's the expiration date or like best when used by date on the Capri Suns that have been affected. So if you have them motherfuckers in your house, get rid of them. My kids are real black, so they like Kool-Aid jammers. They didn't have Kool-Aid jammers when I was younger, so it was like Capri Sun or water. So, oh no, they had thick ass fucking Sunny D, but I fucking hate that shit. Love the commercials, hate the drink. Anyway, so basically, yeah, they're basically saying like if you can't have them, if you have them, you can return them to the store. Just don't fucking drink them is the point, right? Because I don't know what can happen to you. And then I don't know if you guys are familiar, but like back at home, there's a place called Home Run In Pizza, and there are some stores out in Vegas that carry the frozen version of Home Run In. About 13,000 pounds of frozen pizzas had to be recalled because of potential metal contamination. So if you guys also have a frozen Home Run In pizza in your freezer, also maybe check that for metal. Wild times, guys, wild times. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of wild times, guys, imagine like you're a foster kid, right? And it sucks. Like it's already hard enough, like for you to be a foster kid, right? So your life is hard. You may not super love where you are. There might, there could be a lot of different things happening, right? Okay, boom. But imagine you're a displaced foster kid. So you don't even really have a home right now. They don't even have room for you in a facility. And they're literally like housing you in a hotel. Okay. So that's the circumstance. You're in a hotel. You're a foster child. And your fucking, what do you call them? Caseworker comes to see you or whatever. And you're kind of like, hey, I'm hungry. Like, I appreciate that you guys have me and are housing me here, but I'm starving. Like, what can how can you help? Like, basically. And the person, this is on video somewhere. I wasn't able to like find the video, but this is on video somewhere where the worker is saying something to the effect of basically like, if you want that, girl, you're gonna have to get out there and get on the whole straw. It's basically what they said, like what the person said. Basically, like if you want all these frivolous things like food, you're gonna have to go out there and pop that pussy for not real ones. You feel me? Like, and the girl just happened to be recording because sometimes when you be in a system, bro, like, and I'm not speaking firsthand, but just from like people that I know or stories that I've heard, like no one is to be trusted almost. You feel me? And so in cases like this, like the girl did, she happened to record the conversation. Boom, bam, pow, which is how we have the story. She, of course, was released. They have a company policy where, like, she would have like 48 hours if she wanted to like appeal or like say some shit like that, like, oh, it wasn't what you thought it was, or blah 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 blah. But she didn't. So she's probably never gonna work in that field again. The girl was like 14. Like, so this isn't even like a girl that's about to like completely age out of the system yet. Like, and you're like, I mean, not saying that you should tell an 18-year-old, like, listen, girl, you're not about to be here. Go ahead and put these clear heels. Like, not like that. Like, are clear heels? I don't think clear heels are still a thing. I'm like thinking of like old HBO fucking documentaries. Anyway. But like, it's wrong no matter the age. But like, we're talking about a 14-year-old little girl. Like, 14-year-old, you're still a little kid. Like, you're very much a little kid. 18, like, low-key, you still a little kid. But I ain't gonna hold you. But like, these are the people that your fucking state officials and your fucking city officials put in charge or as overseers of the people that are our future. I just want y'all to just like let that sink in, like, for real. So I don't know what y'all got going on in Texas, but not like that. And speaking of things not like that, okay, so I always like want to like go out of my way sometimes on this show to make sure that y'all know when I express how I feel about something, this is a personal experience, like a personal expression, right? So like, I don't want anybody to be like, oh, she's shading people that want to do this option. I just think it's very bizarre. And it's not, I'll break it down. It's the cheapness for me. Like, okay. Anyway, let me just tell y'all what I'm talking about, and then y'all can judge me however y'all feel. So a girl is 24 years old. I think she's from the United Kingdom. She underwent artificial insemination by using a sperm donor kit that she purchased online for $30. That is the problem that I have. It's not the artificial insemination. It's not even the fact that she's a single woman and doesn't have a partner either sex or anything, right? It's literally just her. So it's not even like that she's choosing to go into parenthood alone. It's not even that. It's the cheapness for me. It's like, I don't really trust nothing that costs $30. And you're talking of like, what? Okay, so apparently what she did is that she went on a donor website or whatever and basically like procured the fucking sperm, and then she ordered a fucking kit, and I'm hoping that Amazon dropped them off at the same time. I don't really know how that happens. I don't know how hot or cold that shit needs to be to hit. I don't know. But she did it herself. And again, all my ladies, independent, you feel me? Like, that's cool. I can't remember the song because I don't even, that's like my least favorite Destiny Child song. Sorry, guys. But like INDEP and DENT, do you know what that means? Like, I'm not mad at that part. Like, girl, if that's how you want to live your life, if you want to be a single mom, and you want to get your sperm through the mail, it's the delivery for me. Cause like, you could just go to a fucking sperm bank, right? Like, don't they fucking hook you up there? Like, I don't know how that works. Like, do they like send it home with you in the doggy bag? I don't know how that works. But whether or not they send it home with you or they handle that shit for you in the fucking facility, which makes the most sense. It's the process for me. It's so many things that I'm conflicted with. And listen, the baby's healthy. She loves it. She's even thinking about having another kid with the same donor. At this point, couldn't y'all just go on a date? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really fill him out. Like, you clearly like this nigga. Like, you putting his fucking hot shots and shit in you. Anyway, But I guess that answers my question of whether it has to be hot or cold. Because I knew that. Anyway, but like, I'm just trying. Can this not be Wally? I guess is what I'm saying. Like, can we not be so lazy that we won't even go to the fucking clinic to get artificially inseminated? Like, and again, girl power. I'm so proud of you, girl, that you did that shit and the babies came out fine and his foot wasn't on top of his head or some shit. Like, cause I feel like, nigga, I feel like if I would have fucking done that shit DIY at the house, like I would have not measured correctly or something, and I would have had like an octopus or like like fucking kids with like feet coming out their earlobes and shit. I don't know. I just don't. Anyway, but like it's the process for me, girl. So she, like I said, she wants to have another kid. The dude is like, bitch, I'll hot shot as many times as you want me to, like whatever, like it, like whatever, like that's basically, he doesn't give a fuck. And she is like, she's documenting all of this on TikTok. Her name is like Bailey Ray with 2 Y's and then 3 E's at the end. If y'all want to go see it. I'm honestly more concerned with Bailey's haircut than like how she's getting pregnant. But you'll see what I mean if you see her shit. But yeah, man, so that's just crazy. Like, and look, more power to you. I don't know about getting sperm in the mail or like whatever the fuck or however it happened. Like, it just all seems real fishy. And like I said, she did great the first time, but what happens if something goes wrong the second time? I just want you to have a chaperone, I think is what I'm saying, Bailey. Like, okay. Anyway, speaking of hot shots. Speaking of hot shots, there is a fucking lamp that has been all over the internet, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a, how do I explain it? Okay, so it sits on the wall, right? Like this. And it's like, I'm just gonna be really quaint with, because I'm looking at it and I'm trying to like give y'all an understanding of what's happening. But here is the fucking deal, okay, guys? This shit is a dick. It's a pink dick, and the light bulb is a head. I don't really know how to explain it, but like, okay, it's an uncircumcised dick. Like, nothing wrong with those. I love that. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so so it's a fucking sleeve, right? I'll just say a sleeve because I don't know how, but it's like the shaft of the fucking lamp, and it sits on the wall, so it's like a wall lamp. Sits on the wall, and it's like it's out like it's a fucking erect dick. I don't know how else to explain it. And but it's uncircumcised, so you've got the fucking sleeve up, right? And then you have to like hold, you gotta like you gotta like salt and pepper like grinder it like to turn the light on. You don't really have to like twist. But like you do have to like grip the shaft of the lamp and like give it a good like, you know, I guess it would be a down for on and then an up for off. You guys will see the picture this week on my social media somewhere. But it costs about $480, and I just don't know why. Why? I just don't know why. And like, look, like people be having like crystal shaped like dicks and shit and on their keychains, and that's cool. I just don't. First of all, doesn't even look like it's giving me enough light for $485. Like, I very much would like it to light up the entire room, and I just don't see it doing this just because of the fucking design of it. Like, I think it's too worried about being a dick and less worried about being a functional fucking lamp. A fucking lamp. That was good. All right. Yeah, I really be cracking myself the fuck up. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that. But I really crack myself the fuck up. Um like it looks fucking crazy. I can't wait for y'all to see it. People on the internet, of course, are going crazy. And somebody said, they had to discontinue the one that looked like a vagina due to the numerous complaints from men who couldn't figure out how to turn it on. So that was funny. I don't know. It's just like I'm concerned. Like, does the when the bulb needs to be changed? Like, does it come? Like, I don't like. Y'all gotta see this shit. It's crazy. You could just look up fucking X-rated bedside lamp, and I think you'll get the idea. But like I said, it'll be on my socials because why the fuck wouldn't it be? Okay, let's move on. Speaking of cocks. Nigga, you guys literally know who can see me. Tell me who can see me on the fucking segways. I'm joking, but like, no, I'm not. Okay, so Frank Ocean, first of all, we love, right? And then like he's so mysterious and like different. He'll just like come out randomly with like maybe not any new music, but like here's some fucking merch that you can have, like from an album that you've been listening to for years now. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But he has something new this time that I'm not gonna necessarily say I'm interested in, but it's interesting. He has a store. There's a store he opened called Homer. It's his like luxury goods store. He, like I said, he has stuff like pendants, earrings, keychains, but then he also has this thing called the Triple XL H Bone ring. It's a diamond encrusted 18 karat gold cock ring, nigga. And it costs $25,570. Listen, could you imagine? Like, you fucking get ready for a session and a nigga pulls out a fucking 18 karat gold cock ring. I'm impressed a little. Like, like I see you, daddy. Like, I don't know. Like, that just seems, I don't know. Like, niggas usually like, dang, like niggas usually like fucking their chains, but like with this, like you literally have someone's car on your like wrapped around your Here's the thing though, 18 karat fucking solid gold, you can't fucking break those. Wow. Am I giving y'all too much of my fucking, never mind. I feel like I'm giving y'all too much of my life right now. But I mean, listen, it's important to know whether or not you're interested in it. The price is not outrageous in comparison to other things that the home store sells. Like they have one pendant, or a diamond necklace that's like $650,000. Like, so like it's very upscale. But I am very interested. Like, what? I don't know what possession I have anybody would like want in exchange for the fucking customer list of all the niggas that bought these fucking golden cock rings. Like, I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm interested. Okay, let's move on because I'm getting so obsessed with this. Okay. Um Speaking of shit that's just extra, right? Um, a guy in Columbus, Ohio, ordered DoorDash, like everybody does or whatever. And he went to pull out his food. And sometimes like the fucking restaurants and shit will like throw like the forks and shit at the bottom of the bag. Cool. So he goes to the bottom of the bag to grab his fork. And there's hella sack of weed at the bottom of the bag. Let me tell you why I hate this man though. He said, okay, I was scared at first, but then again, I wasn't very surprised. He took a picture of it. It's definitely like a pharmaceutical, like street pharmaceutical bag of marijuana. It is not a fucking dispensary eighth or anything like that. Okay. So, and the guy is like, well, damn, here's this weed in my bag. Did it start with the driver? Did it start with the store that packed the food? Like, whose weed is this, right? And then the driver busted a fucking bitch or a U-turn. I don't know if everybody calls it busting a bitch, but a U-turn is anyway. Um, and he comes back to the dude's house and he's like, "Hey, what's up, my nigga? Here's the thing, bro. There's something in that bag that is for my friend because he is very sick and he needs his medicine. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to like just give me just the whole fucking bag back and I'll just like pay for your food and like don't worry about it. Like you won't have like lost out on anything." And the dude was like, "No," right? Fucking asshole. And he said that he couldn't give him the bag back. And then he called the police and submitted a complaint to DoorDash. Are you joking me? First of all, I don't really trust other people's weed. So I don't know what's happening with it. Things can be laced with stuff nowadays, especially if you don't know the person who has it. But I'm gonna give you your shit back, bro. I'm gonna keep my food. You cannot have my food, but you can definitely give me all of my money back. You can take your weed, bro, and you better be nice about it. But I mean, I don't know. That shit is really crazy, and I just don't like. It was the narkiness for me. Like the fact that he was just like, "I can't give this back to you. Sorry." Doesn't matter if you give me my money back, because that's all the complaint to DoorDash was gonna do, right? Was to get his money back. Sorry for the inconvenience. Like, sorry that nigga left his weed in your bag. Like, how did it get there? Like, I'm wondering. Hear me out for a second. The dude at the restaurant who packed the bag, is he a drug dealer? And the dude went in there to get the bag that had the weed, but he forgot the weed. Or is there somebody who works the store that is a drug dealer and he made a drug deal and they pick up at the same time and his hands were full, so he was like, "Oh, let me just throw it in the bag." And he just threw it in the bag. I'm trying to understand, because sometimes I just be throwing shit like places. Like, I just found a $20 bill that I just threw somewhere in one of my things and I just found it. So things happen, but I don't know. I just wouldn't have fucking tripped out like this. Like, he's kind of bugging a little bit. Basically, of course, DoorDash says we don't condone this type of action and they removed him from the platform. He won't be able to do any more deliveries. I don't know if he like got arrested. I don't think he got arrested. I don't know. But now the dude's like, "Oh, I don't know if I'll order DoorDash again." Like, shut your bitch ass up. Like, golly. Like, I'm high and I'm like, realize I'm going through this episode super fast, but that's cool. All right, let's move on. Hold on, let me see. What is my segue? Mm, I guess speaking of narking, yeah, we'll go with that. There is a premier seafood company that serves and services Michelin-starred restaurants, right? And most people should know what Michelin-star restaurants are, but in case you don't, they're basically the fucking fanciest of the fanciest of the fanciest restaurants in the world, right? Some of these same restaurants have been targeted by scammers for a lot of different reasons. Like during the pandemic, or right when the pandemic came back, a lot of people were getting a lot of terrible reviews on their restaurants and things like that. And Michelin star restaurants were not the exception, right? So they just got over the hump of like how everybody was being weird during, y'all know what I'm talking about. And just leaving bad reviews. But now there is a company called Regalis Foods. They are based out of New York. They are the people that supply a lot of food and seafood to these luxury restaurants, right? Okay. So basically what's happening is, you guys know how like scammers be scamming and just can't scam because they be scamming so hard. Okay, so the scammers have basically created a website that is almost identical to Regalis's, right? And then they are taking orders via PayPal or whatever the fuck, and then they're never delivering on the food because they don't have the food because they're not really Regalis foods. So let me see how much. So Regalis has been around since like 2012. Somebody spent like $238 on lobster tails and definitely knew that it was like so cheap. But you know what's so crazy though? So all this scamming like happens like everywhere on like every platform and like everything that you have, right? And PayPal still will be like, oh, well, we can't, I don't really know what happened. That's just crazy. Oh, you're supposed to get lobster tails? Oh, that's crazy. All right, so is there anything else I can help you with? Like, what the fuck? Like, where is our safeguard in like with these companies and in these like companies that we trust? Like, where is our safeguard from stuff like this? Like there has to be like insurance, or there has to be something. Like I don't know, but so basically, like I said, they like dupe their website so people are easily like tricked into thinking that it's the real Regalis Foods website, and they are getting taken and swindled. I think that they said they quoted around $200,000 has been taken from people from being defrauded after appearing to be able to sell lobster and caviar, which obviously was not the case, and they don't have lobster, caviar, or anything but your money. So yeah, okay, let's move on. This was probably the most strangest shit I've ever read, but I don't know if I've ever told you guys this like on this platform, but one of my favorite genres of movies is like when people go to places that they're not supposed to go and then really insane things happen to them, right? If you guys have ever seen Midsummer, that is one of my favorite movies in this genre of movies. So definitely go check it out. I'm trying to think of other things. If you guys have seen The Ruins, if you guys have seen Blair Witch, like all of these movies have a place that these people had no business going, and yet they just couldn't help themselves and they went. So this story kind of gives me those vibes a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Victor Hugo Micah Alvarez, 30 years old. He was a guest at an event for indigenous groups to gather and worship like a certain goddess in their town. I think it's in Bolivia. Yeah, in Bolivia. It's called Mother Earth Festival. Okay. So Alvarez says that he was drinking, like he was throwing them back. He was getting real fucked up. And at some point during all of that, through celebrating the festival and drinking heavily, he passed out. Okay. When he woke up, and the only reason that he says he woke up was because he had to use the bathroom. Okay. So he wakes up because he's like, fuck, I gotta pee. And then he couldn't get out because he was laying inside of a glass coffin covered with dirt. Yes, that's what I said. He told the local media that he had gone dancing. The only thing that he remembers is that he thought he was in his bed, and when he got up to go pee, he couldn't move anymore. His picture, he's like bloodied and shit and like real dirty, but like he's also got like these like little like hair tendrils in the front that I don't really understand. It's giving Linkin Park back in the day, like a Linkin Park listener, but I don't know if Linkin Park is hot in Bolivia. But anyway, he says when he pushed the coffin, he barely broke the glass, and then dirt came in. He says that when he did get out, he said he was about 50 miles from where he had been drinking at the start of the festival. I don't know if this is real, but like I said, all the pictures are showing where he's like hella like dirty and bloody and kind of messed up. So I don't know. He says that what does he say? Oh, he said that he thinks that he was being used as a human sacrifice. It says they wanted to use me as a Sulu, and basically a Sulu is any item offered up to the goddess. So it could be sweets, medicinal plants, eggs, minerals are the common things, but I suppose that it could be a whole ass person because that is what happened to your boy with 4 names. He's okay now. His hair tendrils are intact. And I'm sure he probably won't ever go to one of those again. Guys, that is it. I feel like I went through this way too fast. So I guess my one up for the week, it's not even really a one up. Like, yeah, I mean, kind of. So basically, guys, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the fucking days are going by so fast. And I know you're wondering why they are, right? Because I know you feel it. It's totally because the earth is spinning way faster than it's ever spun before. And my one up for the week is like, niggas, can y'all know that like global warming is real? Like this shit is real. Stop letting people tell you otherwise. Literally just in the facts that life as we know it when we were younger is not even life anymore. Like, just really think about that. The droughts and all these things like that. Like, there's no way that this shit isn't real. So that's my one up for the week. Stop being fucking stupid. Help save the fucking planet. I don't know how to stop us from spinning as fast as we're spinning, but whatever. Fucking recycle a little bit. Turn off your water sooner. Like, I don't know. Just do something. Do something. It's literally the only earth we got. All right, guys. So that's it. Episode 151 is in the books. It's always my pleasure, y'all. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.